Namaskar students. In last class we had discussed about availability of water on the earth and different forms of water, that is saline water and fresh water. Now we are going to discuss more about fresh water, from where we are getting that fresh water, from where it is coming. So the water is getting renewed itself through water cycle. Now what is water cycle? There's a biosphere. In that biosphere, there's a combination of hydrosphere, land, lithosphere, and atmosphere, air. And between this or in this biosphere, this water cycle is going on continuously and make sure the availability of fresh water. And what is this water cycle? On the hydrosphere, that means on the vast surfaces of the oceans, uh, evaporation process is continuously going on due to the sunlight and heat, and that evaporation process is very important because that water which is evaporated, that is condensed after reaching in atmosphere, and after some time when it is not able to hold the water droplets, it precipitates on lithosphere. Clear? And then again this water in form of rivers, they are draining into oceans. Again they are mixing with ocean. So this is how there's a continuous cycle going on. Beside the precipitation, water is also released by the trees and plants in form of transpiration. That water is also available in atmosphere. So this is how this water cycle is taking place. Now we are going to discuss that what is the uses of fresh water. Now the fresh water is very precious resource for you, and it is always suggested that it must be used very judicially. So we are now going to discuss about the uses of water. Very first, personal level. Personal means individual level. Individually a person is using water for drinking, for bathing, for washing, and many other uses may be possible. Then household level, for collectively the water is used for whole members of the family, that is for cooking, for washing, for cleaning, for mopping, for watering in the plants, for washing of vehicles. Many uses may be possible at household level. Then agricultural level. Agricultural level, it is very essential activity because the basic requirement of food, that is fulfilled through agricultural activities. So foods or the crops can be grown when the water is available for irrigation, and for that irrigation we need fresh water, and we are using fresh water only. Then commercial level. Commercial level means in manufacturing industries and factories we need water in huge quantity. Why? Because we need many products which are made, which are manufactured in these industries, and like we can say clothes, different type of clothes, furniture, laptop, gadgets, equipments, machines, tools, they all are made in the industries. So the water is consumed these industries in large quantity, and that's why commercial level is a very important level for water consumption, fresh water consumption. Then the last is for generating hydroelectricity. Whatever the gadgets, machines, tools we are using, most of them are running with power, and that power that is generated, most of the power, or we can say approximate 30% of power is we are obtaining from hydro, in form of hydroelectricity. Clear? So these are the various uses of water at various level. Now we are going to discuss about the problems of water availability. Now how it could be possible, as we know that water is a renewable resource, that is continuously renewed, but as I told you that water is in a constant volume. We can't increase or we can't subtract the total volume on the earth. whatever is available we can use that much. Now why we are facing scarcity, then why we are facing problem, that is because of the fixed quantity or volume of the water, but the number of people or the population is increasing day by day, and because of that demand for water is increasing at all these levels. All these levels means personal level, household level, agricultural, commercial level. The demand is increasing with every increase in population, and that's why we are facing scarcity of water. And now we are going to discuss the various problems related to water. Now problems of water availability or causes of water scarcity. First, variation in seasonal or annual rainfall. Now sometimes we can say it is a natural cause. Those areas, some of the areas which are receiving good rainfall, average rainfall, they are not facing any problem. But some of the areas like desert areas, they are receiving very less rainfall or low rainfall, and that's why in those areas always the water scarcity is faced. Then over exploitation. As the population is increasing, so we are demanding water for everything. The demand is increasing day by day, and we have started using these resource, this water resource abundantly. We are using it more and more for various activities, and day by day the demand is increasing. That's why it is over exploited. We have finished in most of the areas, the underground water is finished and declared as dark zones. The dark zone means where the underground water is not available. So it is the result of over exploitation, and it is a human activity. Then contamination of water sources. This is again done by human beings. As I told you, during the lockdown period, most of the rivers became very clear and clean. Ever before, last 100 years, whatever the purification of the water was there, it was never ever seen. So contamination of water is due to the human activities. That means whatever the industries are discharging their waste material, liquid waste material from industries, from domestic, even domestic discharges in form of sewages and liquid waste. Then agricultural waste also, we can say that use of chemical fertilizers, insecticide, pesticides, they are increasing the chemicals in the water and contaminate the water, and that's why the water is polluted in rivers. Even the underground water is also contaminated or polluted. Then growing population. This is the major reason of water scarcity worldwide. As the population is increasing day by day, demand for water is increasing for everything. Now what is the solution? Because we know that the total volume of water is fixed. We can't increase that volume, we can't decrease that volume. Clear? Only the forms can be changed. Now how can we manage this water resource? So this is conservation of water resource. This is how we can make sure about the availability of water for consumption. First is rainwater harvesting. At every level it can be done, whether it is household level, agricultural level, commercial level. If we will have a practice of rainwater harvesting, whenever and wherever the rain is occurring, it should be collected, it should be harvested, so in future that can be used, that water can be used. Then reduce, reuse, refuse, recycle, retreat the water. It can be possible at every level. At personal level, we have a habit of refusing, reducing of the water consumption. If we need only half glass of water, we must take that much in the glass, and we must finish that much. We should not waste that fresh water into drain or spilling. We should use that properly. We can take we can use buckets, a full bucket of water. In spite of using showers, we can use full buckets half bucket for washing vehicles, even whatever the water is used for ROs, the wastewater is also there, so that can also be used in various ways for cleaning, for cleaning of house, for mopping, for watering in the plants, for washing vehicles. Multiple uses can be. So this is reuse of water. Then we can reuse water, whatever the kitchen water. Kitchen water means when the water is used for washing the vegetables and fruits, that water can be used for watering plants. So this is how various methods can be used at various levels for reusing, reducing, recycling and retreating the water resource. Then afforestation. Afforestation is a process by which all the problems related to the environment can be solved. Afforestation means number of plants and trees must be increased, they must be grown more and more, so whatever the benefits of afforestation, that means they are, plants and trees are able to restore water, they can maintain the water table through transpiration, they can moderate the climate, water vapor is available in atmosphere. So these are the benefits of the plants and trees, so it should be there in spite of deforestation or cutting off plants and trees. And maintain water supply and storage system, that means whatever the water resource, wherever it is collected, it should not be any leakage, it should be maintained properly, so there should be no wastage of water. Supply system through the pipelines, it should be also checked, there should be no leakage, no damage. These are the various methods by which we can conserve water and we can manage this limited resource, which is very very precious for us and for our survival, all living beings. I hope you have now understood about the water resource.